You find that in this project, we benefited a lot. As a district,
before the coming of GIZ, we had a number of land conflicts.
There were a lot of rancors and even death of lives.
When my husband died, I was completely down with the tears.
The demand for more land to be parceled is getting higher and higher.
I'm Samuel Eriako. I work for GIZ Responsible Land Policy in Uganda project Rulapo. It's a project that started in 2016 when we had this inception meeting. In that meeting, it came clear that there were 3 fields of action that the project wanted to intervene. One was to support local government mandated local governmental structures to ensure that they implement the land laws and support households document their land. And the target was 5,000 households, both in Soroti and Katakwi districts.
My capacity was built several times. We have been taken through a lot of trainings. One of the most recent is the one of record management, because they wanted to make sure that by the time the project is phasing out, we have a smart way of keeping our documents and having continuity of the idea of land management.
First of all, we used to pay our allowances for going out to the field. He was the one facilitating even the approval of the files, right from the sub-county up to the district. And he built our capacity in such a way that we were taught how to fill the form, the applicant form. Even training the DRCs, dispute resolution committees at the village level. Those people were given a lot of knowledge to resolve conflicts out of what? Out of court.
we train in very many aspects, issue of the law, land registration process, the mapping process, name it. And it was very, very good. It gave us actually very, very good experience and expertise on issue of land management. When you come to the boards also train in different capacity how to execute their roles, the law, and all matters related to land.
I know most challenges that local governments have arise from land board, double location, all because if the capacity is not well built, the district will always keep spending a lot of money in cases. But from the time these people's capacity was built, you find that the number of cases has reduced by over 90% related to land issues, because now we have people who understand their work.
Yes, it took us enough, gave us enough time, sensitized us, and trained us on how to go about from the process of receiving application, and then after receiving application, the second stage of hanging up public notices, and after the 14 working days, we had to go to the communities to take up what we call household information capturing, where we had to generate their family trees, who are the beneficiaries, big details of the beneficiaries on land. All that information had to be captured prior the real date of active mapping of the land.
People have appreciated the value of having their land registered. So quite a number of sub-counties are clamoring to have their land registered as a result of the awareness created by the project. Besides that, we have the land management institutions, the district land boards, the area land committees, and the district land offices. For a long time, they have not had a very good training. But with this project, we have had a thorough training of the area land committees, district land boards, and land offices in the districts in the sub-region.
Secondly was to work with the civil society organizations to implement a responsible land policy.
So we had an interaction with the LAPO from those recommendations, and the interaction led to a design of a project. We called our project Guaranteeing Ownership and Administration of Land. And in the project, we were assigned as an implementing partner the 3 key roles. First was the assignment to deal with awareness raising. And we were given a target that as you do this, you are going to cover 1 pilot sub-county in Soroti district, that's Katine sub-county. Our target was very ambitious. They told us, go and promote awareness, we'll come and check, and we are looking for 90% familiarity.
At the beginning, it was a bit challenging because people were fearing that there's an allegation that the government is planning to come and grab land, if not grabbing, taxing people. There was a rumor coming that if you are not utilizing the land, you'll be paying a tax to government. All of that was cleared during the sensitization by the GIZ Relapo. At the end of the sensitization, people were voluntarily now coming to the sub-county demanding for the service to map their land.
Much has been achieved, but at a greater state, because the project was only targeting a few households, only 2 sub-counties. In the whole district, there are about now 20 sub-counties, which actually needed the project.
The major focus was to help communities secure their rights and ownership of their land. And with such information, a number of people were able to do systematic demarcation of their land with an intent of acquiring a document. I must note that with our engagement with the Relapu and the district of Soroti, together with the Tubur sub-county, we were able to give out at least over 450 certificates of customary ownership.
But we also realized that most of the communities in Eteso here had denied widows and other children, their fathers had died, the access to use the land, thinking that, that the land does not belong to the widow, the land does not belong to the children, their fathers as what I will pass to on.
I lost my husband in 1998. He left me with 5 children, 2 boys, 3 girls. So when my husband died, I was completely down with the tears. So my husband's relatives wanted to take the land. I tried my level best to go to the clan leader of the late. They failed to help me. I ran to different offices. They failed to help me. So by that time, when I heard of TAC, I said that, what is TAC? So now, when LOC 1 of the RIA mobilized the members, we agreed, I also agreed, and we went to the meeting. So from the meeting, when TAC was there, I picked up the interest of surveying my land. So now when I got the certificate, I said that I have now right to the land. So I started now development. So you can even see I've grown some crops for food and even for selling. Secondly, I have some 2 bulls, 2 cows.
Paka abgudukuni kai lokana pering oda toma ena papara gen ngoda gweli ka boro jam ka lo pering oda jetoma na pakina kwana ngoda kida ka miso mamete bo acheni tapasete babongo aja koda ngoda kida pedo na ka lupok adanga dumna ka papulai kere jasa ka papulai kere to na certificate adanga domu na ka lupok
do bobo ne peneni abwa girun ngini tepede ngo adumu na certificate na alusi nga ile pati o banka ngina alusi nga ile po bank ikapun anwa ito so mi kokwene jaing atukoto na kanta pe.
We got to give the community on the variables of who is supposed to be part of ownership of family land. And the choice was there to either register the land as family, as an individual, or as a clan. So there were various choices, but most people chose to register it mainly as a family. Very few registered as individuals. I think I don't remember even anybody who opted it as a clan. But in all that, we recorded momentously, because usually in our area here, the conflicts are highest at the beginning of the rains when cultivation starts.
Before the coming of GIZ, we had a number of land conflicts. And by then, we had a committee called the LC3 Court. The LC3 Court, before the coming of GIZ, could handle land cases here almost on a daily basis. But when GIZ came and entered the villages for systematic land demarcation, at least each and every person whose land has been mapped can now know where his or her land ends.
Now, our parish chiefs solve 100% of our challenges in terms of land. They don't need the LOC5, they even don't need the sub-county chief. It is sorted at a parish level. Some issues are sorted now at a village level. Just a matter of calling a person who will come and show the map, and the community will begin following the map, and they know where you have gone wrong.
We used to suffer, and we were disturbed as local leaders day and night, settling cases. The issues of domestic violence. For an example, you go to a family, you find that the two brothers are failing to agree over their own land. They inherited from their dad.
I saw at the very beginning was that we had real problems with the boundary demarcations of land. Every other year, there seemed to be shifting boundaries every other time, let alone the ownership of who really is the persons who own this land in the community.
We have also done provision of equipment like the survey tablets and so forth. And then also the rehabilitation of the land offices and the provision of things like filing cabinets and computers, and then reading materials. We have also developed customary land governance guidance books, which we have distributed and has helped in the promotion of awareness in as far as customary land is concerned.
We have a boardroom with a little dilapidated sitting facilities. So they gave us with very first class sets of chairs. And above all, GIZ Relapo gave this office a solar system that we are using every day. Even gives us a security light and all the office equipment use solar system. Very, very, very good solar system.
We have had the shelves which can now keep the files in the designated places. We have also had bits of furniture which has actually made the place very nice. Actually, there is now a working table. Actually, too, we have had a computer which they have left with us. They are also proposing to formally hand us some GNSS equipment and tablets.
I am very confident that this work will continue even without GIZ. Because Tuburu Sub as a sub-county sat down as a council and developed what they called self-financing. The applicant will come to pick the form normally, and is the one, or him or she is the one to finance it, not again GIZ. And the money that the sub-county council resolved is 65,000 per applicant, which is, I think, is little money, and they are willing to continue.
For us, we see we have done something big, but there is a lot of demand.
This is what I would request from our partner, to come back and conclude on this. You know, it is also not good to have partial achievement, because I call it partial. The other sub-counties that you still have conflicts every day.